Following the initial setup of Google Classroom and the invitation of students, the next thing you'd want to do is set up the About section of your classroom. In this section, you'll just enter some basic information about your class. All of these options are set up automatically by Google Classroom, so I'm not going to worry so much about this, but it's good to know that when you set up a Google Class, it automatically sets up a folder in your Google Drive named for that class. When you go to Google Drive, you would see it in a folder called Classroom. So if I opened a new tab and open this teacher's Google Drive, you'll see that just from setting up the classroom, you will automatically now have a folder called Classroom, and inside there you will have a folder that is created for that actual class, Lauren Mayberry's 4th grade class. And you'll notice that it's already shared. That's automatically done by Google Classroom as well. Shared with all the students that were invited to be a participant in that class. In this section, I'm just simply going to add a room number and save that. Along with the folder that is created in Google Drive, you'll notice that there is also a calendar that is set up in Google Drive, or in Google Calendar. You can actually view that within the classroom, or you can view it within your Google Calendar app. So if I opened up, once again, another tab and opened my calendar for this teacher, you'll see under My Calendars, all of the teachers' calendars. This would be the actual one set up for her Wilkes.K12 account. This one that is actually named Lauren Mayberry 4th grade is her Google Classroom calendar. So anything that the teacher comes to a calendar and adds to Lauren Mayberry 4th grade would actually be showing up also on the calendar within Google Classroom. Notice you have the option here to invite other teachers as co-teachers to this class. For the purposes of what we're doing here, we're not going to do that, but it's good to point that out. And also notice that we have the option to add some class materials, and that is what I would like to do now. So you're going to click Add Class Materials, and I'm going to just type Important Links for our class. Since we're now using Chromebooks, students no longer have access to the Web Applications folder in the Students menu. In fact, they no longer have access to the Students menu at all. So one thing that teachers have to do is find a way to put those links that students use the most out there for them to access on the web. Some teachers have done this from their Weebly websites, their class websites. Some have done it through using Symbaloo and sharing that with their class. Another way is to also put those links right here in Google Classroom. If Google Classroom is a resource that you're going to be using frequently, this would be an ideal way to do it. So what I'm going to do is just use a classroom that I have already set up for another teacher. And just to save the time, I'm going to copy each of those links and just paste them into this class that I'm working on setting up now. To do that, you would just click Add a New URL. You're going to, if you don't have a resource to copy from like I do, you would actually type that there, my.ncedcloud.org, but I'm just going to paste that. Then you click Add Link. I'm going to keep scrolling down. I'm going to add a new link. The next one is SRI, so I'm going to copy that and paste that and add it. Add a new one. We'll do the MobyMax link and add that. I'm going to add another. This time we'll add the ConnectEd link and paste that into the Google Classroom. Notice that each time I do that, right now it's just calling it link, showing you that it's a link. It's also showing you the URL. When we actually save this post, it will rename the link to be whatever this link is called on the web. I'm going to grab this second ConnectEd. This is the student login page for their treasures. And I'm just going to keep scrolling down and adding URLs. This link is for Pearson SuccessNet. Once again, these were all grabbed from the student's menu on a school computer. This link is for all the Wilkes County School libraries in Destiny. So kids could open this link from their Chromebook and open their school's library to search Destiny for a book. This next one is for NC Wise Owl, which has lots of good resources that have been purchased or subscribed to by our state. And then some of my schools really like to use Math Prodigy, so I'm adding that as a 9th link. So if I have grabbed them all, I should have 9, and I do. So now I'm going to just click Post. This is going to save all these links with a thumbnail for that site, the thumbnail, the actual name that this website is saved as on the web, and then the URL. So when kids come to Google Classroom, they could come to About, and these would be direct links out to these resources for them since they do not have access to the student's menu on their Chromebooks. The last thing I'd like to do is add one more class material section. We're going to call this one Important Files for our class. And I'm going to upload a link from my computer here. But notice you could grab this from your drive, from a flash drive, or wherever you have the file saved. The file I'm going to put up is just some keyboard shortcuts that students might be interested in using with their Chromebooks. This will save us some time when we're working on Chromebooks in the classroom, because some kids won't use keyboard shortcuts, but some will. So it will be nice for them to have access to this PDF to search and see and try out any keyboard shortcuts that they might want to use. And I'm just going to post that. The benefit of starting these two sections in your on your About page in Classroom is that if you ever stumble upon another website that you would like to use, you can easily add it. You can click this three little dot menu, click Edit, scroll down, and then just add another URL right to the list that's existing already. So this can be a growing list of important links for your class. The same with the section for important files for your class. If you have any other files that you would like to add, whether it be your class schedule, lunch menus, field trip forms, any kind of file that would be important for your class, you could open the Edit section for that as well. Click the attachment symbol and then upload those files to this section. I would recommend saving those as PDFs before you upload them here, because if you upload them as a Word or an Excel, any Microsoft Office file, those might not open on Chromebooks. And then you would just save that. So this is the tutorial that helps you build the About section of your website or your Google Classroom. And just know that this can be added to as often as you need to. And you can add as many class material sections as needed here. We'll pick up with the string in our next tutorial.